guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
All right, welcome everybody to It Is Drunken Chat, son. This is week 5. I'm your host, Chitlins, Greens, and Cornbread. We're on the Comic Crusaders Network, and I also want to welcome my co-host for tonight, uh, Mr. Adam. Who looks like his pseudonym is the Foreskin Eater, also known as Baloney Tits. How's it going, bro?
Remember me to kill Al?
This he must be doing this on purpose to you, man. We can just leaving that stuff up, man.
Hey, man.
So it's weird, right? That I know I get the reference, right? So there was so apparently during circumcision, and especially in the Hasidic community, when they do the circumcision, they do the breast and everything. And then because the rabbi only has so many hands, he puts his mouth, he removes the foreskin with his mouth and everything, and then right. Um, so I thought that was kind of an interesting tidbit. But the most interesting tidbit was, I think it was a few years ago. Um, there was a rabbi who had syphilis, and when he was doing that, he was actually passing it on to the unfortunate babies that he
What?
was. Yeah, it was a crazy thing, man. But yes, so thank you everybody that has joined with us so far. I know you guys didn't come here to hear about weird STDs stories.
Hey, that's the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah, let's wait till I start freaking drinking again to
Yeah, January's
avoid that.
over. You can start drinking again, sir.
I don't think I'm going to, man. I think I'm gonna
You
hang with
don't
this for a
think
little
you're
bit more.
going to?
I think I'm going to for a little bit more. I think I'm gonna wait till I drop about 10 to 15 more pounds, and then I'll freaking go way back in it. But um there's going to be a special release of certain liquors, like specially limited liquors here in Virginia and in West Virginia, or like the DMV
So you
area.
guys get all the good stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys, what is it? I think it might be any ABC store. So if you guys have an ABC store, check with them tomorrow or Saturday, and or if you have anybody that lives close to Virginia or West Virginia, definitely have them go check it out. Um, the one that's going to be the most wanted is going to be the limited edition, gold edition Blanton's. That's the one with the little horse. And if you can't even get the gold edition, there's at least the other ones. There's the horse changes its position every freaking year. Um, so you're gonna want to check it out. I've gotten 2 years. I've got 2020 and 2021. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
I had a
just soaking
weird.
this all in.
I had a weird freaking beep beep beep. Um, but yeah, so you can usually get it for $60, and then like right after, they usually sometimes sell for like $120. Right after. So that is
What kind
it's
of
definitely
alcohol
good.
is this?
It's a bourbon. It's
Okay.
called Blanton's, and on top of the bottle, there's a little horse, like a little
Okay.
horse statue,
A
and
horse, a
each
horse, a horse, a horse.
uh-huh, and every year the position of the horse changes because it's like a racing horse, and every year the horse
Okay.
changes, so people go crazy for that. So, um, but before we get into any of this madre, I do want to say rest in peace to Carl Weathers, also known as Rocky, Rocky's Apollo Creed, and the Mandalorian actor Carl Weathers. He passed away. He was 76 years old. Um, like I remembered him first from Predator. That was a big freaking movie. And I forgot how big he was. He also later had rejuvenation in Happy Gilmore. He was Combat Carl in Toy Story 4. He had a recurring role in Arrested Development, Street Justice, Colony, Chicago Justice, Brothers, and yada yada yada. But yeah, man, freaking big loss, man. Was just one of those guys that you see him and you're like, oh, it's that guy, but he's been in so much, and like he's one of those out of sight out. But he's a great freaking actor whenever he can get the
Yeah,
freaking
he
role,
was a
man.
sweetheart. I met him a few times on the convention scene, and
Yeah,
real sweetheart of a guy too.
yeah. So sucks, man. Hey,
He'll
but
always be a
76,
call
man,
to me.
good ride.
Let's be a powerful man.
Yeah, we lost.
Yep.
Hey, so before I get into the rest of it, I want to give a shout out to GT Key Comments, Ben Fong, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Dre at Barnhouse, Dre at Barnhouse Comics, Sir Christopher the Great, Calamity Collectibles, Joe for something fun, run, come on,
Whoops, Calamity. Sorry, I forgot to send you everything. Sorry about that.
All right, so let's get into what we got going on because I do have too much stuff to freaking pass on, and don't forget we also have a first hidden gem of the year from Mr. Blind Adam coming up. So, uh, so this is what the stock market looked like last week. We had several different reports come out regarding the PPI, payroll from jobs, the rate of wages. We also had the Fed talking about whether they're going to Fed rates or not. And they said not yet, maybe later, maybe not later, and everything. And everybody was kind of happy about that. That's what it looked like last week. This is what it looked like this week. Some of the big top giants at the freaking top, they freaking went to red like Apple and Google. But our entertainment stocks, ones that we're watching right now, such as Disney, had a really great week. Really great week. I remember, if you guys don't remember when I was talking to you guys that freaking buy it at 86, it went down to 86, but now it's back up to 97, which is really great because what happened this week with Disney is that the federal board, or excuse me, not the federal board, the board of Disney has decided to vote on whether they're going to add two members to the board and kick two out. Those two members, if they get on the board, they have promised that they will make a bunch of cuts. All of the woke stuff, they're going to cut that out. They're gonna shut that whole operation down. They're gonna make sure that dividends get back to snuff. Um, all these weird freaking purchases and mergers and acquisitions are going to shut all that stuff down. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get that done. But that vote is not happening until April 5th. So in the meantime, people are freaking spending up and trying to buy as much Disney stock as they can until then, in anticipation of that vote going on. Warner Brothers didn't have a good week. I'm not sure what happened with them. Paramount is going to be interesting, and I think I do have the story on what happened with that later on. We'll be talking about that. But as far as the stocks that I have suggested that we watch, the Drunken Chat Sun stocks, it had another good week. We went from 1,000. Actually, I think we went down a little bit because we were at 1,116, but now we're down $14, but we're still above the 1,102 mark. We're still doing better than the S&P. Actually, we're doing a little bit worse than S&P, worse than Dow Jones Industrial, and worse than Nasdaq. But we are doing better than the Russell 2000. But we're still hanging in there.
Okay.
Where did our losses come from? They came from Netflix, which was down 0.51. It came from Apple because they said that those Vision Pros, that 3,500 freaking dollar pair of freaking VR goggles, was absolutely freaking terrible. They were able to test out some of the stuff, and they were like, "No, this ain't it," because it was. I think the complaint that I've heard the most was there's this feature in there where you get to see the other people that are so say you had these goggles and I had the goggles, right?
Yeah.
The avatar, and they would from having it on your face, it would be able to build an avatar that looks just like you,
Okay.
just perfect, like without having to do anything else. You put it on, bam, and freaking makes an image of you. The problem is people don't want to see themselves like that because it was too real, and it's kind of crazy because people don't see themselves that way, but seeing it as a camera reflecting it back to them, they didn't like that shit at all. So people are like, yeah, Vision Pro might be good, but it's too good, and they're not ready for it. Disney was doing well, Hasbro doing well, Roblox doing well, Scholastic Corp, they're the ones that are most responsible for a lot of kids books. It had a bad week. Mattel's doing good, GameStop's doing well, Paramount's dropping out, Lionsgate is going good, and Warner Brothers is doing pretty bad. It's not bad enough. It's we need it to go back down to like $9, then we can scoop it up, but it's just not. It's in a weird position right now. IDW is in a weird widget right now, and Mike Pike production, even though they're still keep pushing in on Facebook and Twitter, it's not doing what it's not where I want it to be. All right, so the main thing that I wanted to talk about, Adam, is this is going to be the big comic book news for the next week or two is the CGC stuff. There's a CGC lawsuit where they are suing a couple of their employees.
So wait, let me get this straight, because the company is suing the employees that did all the theft. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, they didn't necessarily steal anything. It's that they compromised the business procedures.
Okay.
So let me read out what the lawsuit says. It says I blah 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 am familiar with CGC employee Brandon Terrazas, a comic book grader who joined the company in June of 2022, and I recently learned that in or about October 2023 that he and his wife, co-defendant Ayana, engaged in efforts to damage the company and its customers through an elaborate scheme. In particular, he admitted that in a series of interviews with the company investigator that he stole 23 customer submitted comic books from CGC, but then he swapped high quality and high value comic book certificates certified and graded through legitimate process by CGC with those of inferior, lower graded comic books. I also learned that they sold, marketed, advertised, and consigned several of these swapped comic books online, trade shows, and at auction with his wife's assistance. Now, to my knowledge, he willfully converted and fraudulently advertised and offered for sale converted comic books bearing CGC trademarks. Their actions rely in part of a blatant abuse of a restricted benefit that CGC gives to its employees. And at the time of Terrace's employment, CGC permitted employees to transact only up to about 4 sales of collectibles per year. Now, under the strict conditions, including submitting a written record to HR, in addition, as the benefit of employment, CGC employees were permitted to submit for grading and or authentication a maximum of 20 of their own collectibles per year at no charge. Now, specifically, transactions comply with rules as long as the collectible has issues, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to this other crazy stuff that doesn't really matter. So, I think what you were getting at was correct. That because it does imply that he steals books. But what it's not saying, and if you're smart and understand what the guy was trying to do, is that his wife was at a trade show or in conjunction with some other comic book store that's out there. Somebody brings in their comics to a comic book store, right? It says, "Hey, man, I would like to sell my comic books. Can you help me out?" They bring in the Terrazas. They take a look at it and they go, "Oh, yeah." And they go, "Oh, these are high quality books. These are freaking blue chips. Yeah, we'll take that. But in order to sell it, we need to get it CGC."
Okay.
So they have that customer pay the comic book store that send it off to CGC. They take the money, then they take the book to CGC, but then they already know that they hold it because some of these books have been taken like a year to get freaking processed. They didn't hold it for how long it takes to get the other book through. They figure out which one is the worst quality one, right? And they just freaking switch it, or they just and sometimes they just we can either switch it, sign it, whatever, or they just go ahead and put what they got on eBay. And I've seen several people note that happens. That all of a sudden, hey, the book that I just happened to put on on eBay, another one like it just happens to be on eBay right now. So they take that book, they see how much they can get on eBay. If they can get more on eBay, boom, it's out the freaking door. And then they take the book that they got from the consignment, the worst other ones, and they take that and they give that back to the guy on consignment with a crappy fucking grade because they don't fucking care, right? So in that case, they're freaking stealing because it's not this. They're dealing and changing around books that's not their fucking books to freaking change around and freaking get out the freaking door. Um, in the meantime, it doesn't cost them anything, right? Because they charge the customer to fucking get it graded on both sides, all the freaking customers, and then they're just changing books and holding on to these books until a time that they can get rid of the freaking books at a proper time, or exchange it out for one that's a crappy copy, right? So imagine you're sitting, or imagine your customer sends in a 9.8, right? And then you see that there's a 9.6, 9.4 sitting on eBay. Well, you freaking go ahead and you buy that 9.4. You bring it in the CGC. You slap a 9.8 if you want, or you give them a 9.6, right? And you send that back out to the customer. Now, but now you've got that 9.8 that you can sell at any time you want for free. They get to
Holy
do
shit.
they get to do all this for free because of their employer benefit. Now, in the lawsuit, it says only they can only do 4 at a time, but uh, she was an employee as well, so that's 8 that they could do in between them, right? Of their own proper eBay joint. They can only because they can only sell 4 each per year. So that actually means they can sell 8 in between them. In the meantime, they get to grade about 20 per person. Well, that means they can do 40 through their own household. So I saw the numbers for the lawsuit. They're trying to sue these guys for $2 million.
Damn.
Yeah. So let's see. Sir Christopher Gray is saying, imagine this is only a couple. Only a couple. I wonder how many people were actually doing this on a larger scale. They were the only ones that were dumb enough to admit to it, right? But man, it's crazy. Yeah,
No one knows how to be criminals anymore.
yeah, because this explains to me perfectly why it takes so long for these books to get graded. Perfectly, because I was always
cases.
yeah I was always saying like I don't care like I don't care like how many books it freaking takes you, like, or how long it takes you to grade a book. It shouldn't take, because there's times that it would be like I would send my shit into I would get my I was sending it into during Baltimore Con because I don't like I don't like mailing my books, so I would just freaking boom give it to the guy at Baltimore Con, and then it would still take a year to get my shit back, or it would take 10 months. It would take 10 months just for them to receive it. 10 months for why the fuck does it take so long for them to receive the fucking books? That's another piece of the shit that don't make no damn sense. So this is why, because they're holding these books till they can find another freaking copy out there that they can freaking switch around, mess around with, and then once they freaking get their scheme going, then they freaking receive the book, start processing the book, and start their bullshit. Now, in my mind, I had always thought, oh, maybe they were waiting on more copies so they can make a comparison right? Like, oh, I'm waiting for at least like 10 copies of this one particular book of this new book to get in, and then we can see which one is best and which one should be 9.8s. I was always thinking that was the possibility, but no, this shit is saying no. These were freaking holding on to it so they could get another copy, so they can freaking switch the shit out, mess around with the freaking things. And then another thing is that it messes up the whole market because okay, I've got they're holding on to a 9.8, or they have the ability to influence what grades are out there, and they're making sure that they're the only ones that have like 2 or 3 9.8s, while everybody else is getting freaking 9.6 and 9.4s on their shit. Unless, of course, you pay for the what do you call it, pressing.
Yep.
You can't tell me that that's not fucking a conflict of interest that you get to press and then freaking put that shit and then grade that shit. I don't understand how we fell for that shit. Let's see. Joe 4771 says he doesn't think the wife worked for CGC. She just helped him. I think that's a possibility as well, but it does have her listed as a co-defendant in this. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily say. He ruined those benefits for everyone. Well, those motherfuckers should be getting that shit for free. Anyway. Let's see. CGC should be the one being sued. Yes, everybody should be fucking suing CGC. Especially if your shit took more than like fucking a month to 2
Anything for
fucking
3 to
months.
6 months, man. That's like fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
You're telling me that I'm paying for a subscription and my shit still takes that fucking long? So now to fix it, now they're saying that you don't have to have a subscription to turn in your shit. You don't have to have a paid subscription to turn
Is
in your
that why
shit.
they're saying you could just have a free account now? At least that's the latest email I get from
Yeah.
CBC, like twice a
Mhm.
week.
Yeah, it's a free account. You still, of course, have to pay for service, but it's a free account, so you don't. It's the same bullshit.
Same bullshit, different package.
See, Dre says that believes that it won't affect the market. People rather get big money on a slab than small money on a raw. Well, you got to go back to what I'm implying is that a lot of these slabs that were coming out, they're not necessarily freaking 9.8s. You can't trust the grades because employees like this fucking guy were fucking around with the
Manipulated the whole
grades.
thing, so you don't know what you really have. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How easy is it to print up a label, have a
You,
bunch of extra labels hanging on, and be like, no, this
yeah.
is, fuck this
You,
guy. He
yep.
9.8 company comes in 9.2.
Yeah. He was specifically holding on to labels and switching labels. So if you're the type of person that's going to go, well, no, I'm not going to pay for this shit. Well, I'm not going to buy that particular one because it's not at 98 9. Are you sure? Are you sure that's the grade? You got to start. You're going to have to start taking a look at those slabs nowadays. Joe 4771 saying class action lawsuit for all comic collectors, slab prices, and effective raw prices too. Yep. You guys find a lawyer, I'll freaking get in on that. And then people are missing the entire point about CGC's credibility is up in the air, and a lot of people are thinking about going straight CBCS.
CGC had credibility. When the fuck did this happen? I mean, this is not their first scandal.
Yeah. Now I've been to CBCS for a while. In fact, my last submission was through CBCS. I put it in Baltimore. I've
only used CGC like 3 times. I'm a CBS person, so.
Yeah, I sent my shit in, and then I think I got my shit without a rush on it. I got my shit back like 3 weeks later. So It's good.
And anytime with CBCS, the thing that I always liked with them is their customer service is top notch. Whenever I've had a problem, getting in touch with someone has always been really easy peasy.
All right, moving on to let's do a mail call. This is the stuff that I got in the mail. Just to put this out for you guys, make sure you guys are understanding. Right now, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the second print, looks like it's going to be allocated. They're telling retailers that all the stuff
Really?
that you got, yeah, they're saying that, hey, all the orders that you guys put in, you or you guys are not going to get that, especially if you ordered after FOC. You're probably not going to get your shit. If you ordered it before, you're probably going to get your shit. And Jay's talking about, and there's always a question about without scandal, cracking slab, sending it back, and getting a higher grade. Yep, that was a little scandal that happened right before this was even the thing. Yep. And then Dynamite is talking about Army of Darkness. Man, they've got some pretty good covers with Elvira, James Bond. Several super series are on FOC. That's going to be on today. I think it's going to be on FOC Monday. Some good ones from Lucia Perillo. And then from Dead Sky Publishing, they have a new book called Deep Rock, which is a 4-issue miniseries by Tina Horn with covers by Danny. The solicitor says, discovered a comment that answers the question, what if Sam Spade was a leather-loving lesbian?
Okay.
A lot of leather, some whips. I think this is and a dude in a gimp mask, so I think this might be down your alley, Adam. Then moving on to Titan Comics, it's got some great covers: Savage Sword, Conan the Barbarian, Star Wars Insider. But I'm kind of loving this Guma, the beginning of her number 4. It's a foil. Excuse me. I feel I'm speaking like I'm fucking drunk, and I haven't even drunk any alcohol. Maybe that's why I'm all fucked. But this cover is going to be Sozo Micah, and it looks absolutely freaking amazing. Looks great. It's got her in a nun outfit, but it's a sexy nun outfit with like ass and chaps and shit.
Nice. Sexy nuns. Yeah. Time for confession.
I think a lot of people will not be freaking tracking this one. This one is a Star Wars Insider number 224, the magazine, going for $9.99. It says featuring young Jedi adventures, interview features with Lucasfilm, Josh Rhimes, showrunner, and writers, and the writers.
People sleep on those Star Wars Insiders when they shouldn't. They have some great articles, and they have some first appearances. If you go through the back catalog, I mean, people are sleeping on
them. But yeah, so there's a foil of this particular cover. It's an awesome Emperor cover, and then the foil is going to be $19.99.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. DZ Comics spec. Let's see. So Christmas, they're already on the third print. People that wait to order late, they won't have Ultimate Black Panther either. Yep. That UBP is already $17.99. Yep. I've already sold a couple of those UPPs for $25 already.
UPPs.
Mm-hmm. Ultimate Black Panther. And we
okay.
will get into that.
Yeah, the ones that already went to second print before the first one came out.
Mm-hmm. And then Sir Christopher Gray is talking about like that foil. Okay, yep, that was another one that people missed out on. Boom is talking about, it's got Slow Burn. It's going to be on its last issue, so it's got a couple of great covers, art by Tosi Zonjic and Matt Taylor. Rare Flavors number 4 has what issue is this? Rare Flavors number 4 is coming out freaking. It's one of those that I keep telling myself that I need to freaking read. I just haven't freaking gotten to it yet.
Yeah,
Then Mighty Morphin. Go ahead.
So I hear that, man. I have a stack of reading that's like this high, man. Driving my reader crazy.
Yeah. Then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 117 looks good. I still love that freaking zombie cover, but there's a weirdly type negative space variant for, which is cover F, which is a 1 in 25 by Michael Walsh. And for those that are wondering, there is an unlockable. I think this is by Jihung Lee. If you guys are interested, if you need it, let me know. And first come, first served. There is an unlockable. Negaduck. Also on FOC. This is Negaduck number 4. The thing to note is that there is a cover that is not to be revealed. That's the cover D. And then Red Sonya Dynamite. The one I like is there is a negative variant type of Red Sonya. It looks like she's coming out of the water, but she's got a knife like in her freaking mouth. It looks freaking amazing. Now, it's time. Adam, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
All right, it's time for Adam and his hidden gems. All
Which
right.
you can see every week, Tuesday and Fridays on Awesome Sauce Radio. So subscribe, please. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. You didn't do cooking with Adam today. What happened?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I was waiting on that shit. Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'll send you the link next time around, man.
Yeah,
Like I've been dealing with like weird health shit all week, so just like certain things that slip my mind if I forgot about something or forgot to do something I promised I was going to do. I apologize in advance.
Hey, no problem. All right, you gave me a short list this week, and I appreciate that because I had to get a whole bunch of other stuff together. So
Yeah,
here
like
we
I
go
said,
with.
I didn't think I was gonna wake up in time for the show, so I didn't want to burden you with a whole list and then not show up.
So it's okay. So the first two that we have up is Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, issues number 146 and 147.
Well,
Tell me about
Bullseye
this.
is casted for Born Again, and this is one of my favorite Bullseye Daredevil fights. And it's them fighting on the TV station, and I just really think if they do Bullseye right and do something right, I'm already seeing his certain appearances of his blow up. But the 146 has got that black cover, which is always a pain in the ass to find in high grade. But just some fun stuff that you can find affordable if you can't find like the 131 or some of the other keys.
So how much do you think we should be paying for these?
Like around the $10 range,
Okay.
maybe 15 on like super high grade.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been tracking them on the band. They're not going to break the bank.
All right.
And I'm a little biased when it comes to Daredevil stuff, but that's me.
All right. Next up, you've got He Said, She Said presents the O.J. Simpson story.
I don't really. You see, I had this on. You can find this in dollar boxes. This may be a good $5 to $10 flip. You know what happens in say like May or June-ish, give or take? It's the 30-year anniversary of the infamous Bronco chase.
You said
This year is the 30-year anniversary of the
30 years. Jesus. Well, is
I don't
OJ
remember
out?
the exact month, but I remember exactly where I was. When the chase was going down live on TV, because me and a couple people that I was hanging out with, we were flipping between the basketball game and the chase.
Okay, so 30-year anniversary is coming up, so the OG's okay. I can see that definitely.
Yeah. That was just me being a sick fuck.
All right, next up we've got Marvel Tales Spider-Man with Dazzler, issue number 232.
This is a Todd McFarlane cover. It's got the Dazzler, who's a spec darling right now. And with all the other Dazzler books blowing up, I just think this is a sweet hidden gem that people forget about sometimes. McFarlane's Marvel Tales run is, well printed. Some of it's hard to find in high grade. I really think if Taylor Swift really is going to be playing the Dazzler, all Dazzler shit's going to blow up.
Well, it all depends on how long, because sometimes they do tend to kill these stars off. But let's see.
Oh, definitely. But I know if Marvel's smart, they just put Taylor in the role and just like don't fuck it up.
Yeah. All right, that was the end of.
That is hidden gems. I'll think of another more perverted name for it later as I'm rebranding a few things. Like I said, check out Awesome Sauce Radio Tuesday and Fridays at 8 p.m. And subscribe if you can. I'm trying to get to 600 subs.
All right. We are at the we're way past the half-hour mark, so we're gonna take a 1-minute break and show you
go to the lobby.
Please. No, not that one. We'll wait a little bit longer till we get into that one. This one is just a commercial for the Displaced. All right, that was the commercial for or trailer for the Displaced comic book that was going to be put out by Boom Studios.
Nice.
Again, it's got a whole bunch of creepy music and creepy art, but I have no idea what it's supposed to be about. So, good luck with that one.
It looks creepy, man.
All right, so I didn't get a chance to ask you, man. So, how was your week, man? Anything cool and interesting?
Yeah, it's been a quiet week. Did my 2 shows. Basically, just been recovering from all the freaky shit that's going on in my system, and I'm gonna go back to the doctors on Monday, hopefully, and figure a few things out. Ever since that, just doing my thing. I got one or two things in the works, but they're early stages.
Well, I mean, no judgment, man, but with all the nasty things you used to do in your younger days, man, I'm pretty sure all that stuff maybe just be catching up with you.
Nah, it's more about the other health condition I've been dealing with for the last couple of years now. I wish it was the other thing, to be honest. That would be easier to explain.
Everybody, make sure you get your dog spayed and everything else. All right, let's get into
and neutered, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Spayed and neutered your pets.
It's
maybe
a weird world, man.
I don't know.
I think that would be a great decision if you could turn it back. All right, so why did that change?
What changed, sir?
No, somebody changed the article. I know what's going on. I'm in the wrong one.
You touched the sides.
because I'm trying to not have to freaking make PowerPoints for every freaking thing anymore.
Ah, okay. You find that to be easier for you,
Here.
or
Oh yeah, if I because I'm just using my RSS feeder.
yeah? How's
Yeah.
your week been?
Ooh, freaking eating my nails, watching stocks, trying to make a buck. This whole Ultimate Black Panther thing was crazy. Um, but all right, here we go. Looks like we're ready. Star Wars announces a new Ashoka series for summer 2024. This is gonna be interesting because there were some newer characters that were in there, or characters that we've seen in previous, or were seen in like Rebels and that other stuff, but they never quite made it into the comics. So this, if they do it right, this could be the first time that we actually see the father, the brother, the sister, and or the mother, which are these outside entities in the Jedi freaking for Star Wars galaxy, and they could make their first appearance in this comic book. That's if they do it right, and that could probably, in the way that the episodes ran, it could be within at least the um, first two episodes, or excuse me, first two issues, if they do it right.
Issues, episodes. All right, cool. So I just started watching Rebels, so I'm like early in like season one. So
Mm.
I'm really starting to dig it.
Lot
I,
of
I love
lot of setup.
Ahsoka, so you know, I hope that it just has the potential to do well. I hope they don't mess it up.
Um, Facebook and Instagram parents, excuse me, Facebook and Instagram parent Meta platform sets a stock market record, adding $200 billion in market value in a single day.
Holy shit!
Everybody's favorite topic these days is Taylor Swift. Japan's embassy had to issue a statement about Taylor Swift's Super Bowl plans. What did they
Actually,
say?
I'm betting to see how much screen time she gets because that's an option in your fantasy betting over
Is
at
it? I'm gonna have to check
FanDuel.
that out.
I shit you not. They have a whole section of you can bet on if Taylor Swift gives her boyfriend a kiss over on betting on FanDuel.
Yeah. So the Japanese embassy had to put out a thing that says, "Hey, despite the 12-hour flight and the 17-hour time difference, the embassy can confidently speak now to say that if she departs to Tokyo in the evening after her concert, she should comfortably arrive in Las Vegas before the Super Bowl begins." This is crazy because she's
Who
not
cares?
even in the Super Bowl. She's not
She's
even
not
in the
even
Super
she's not
Bowl.
even playing in any of the teams. But holy shit!
Yeah. All right.
Taylor Swift, the Empress of Earth, the ruler.
Warner Brothers has finalized a deal for Buzzy Sundance documentary Superman: The Christopher Reeve Story. The deal
Interesting.
is, yeah, the deal is going to be valued at $15 million.
Holy shit!
And looks like we have a question from Joe 47771. He says, "Adam, you haven't had enough adult actor ladies lately."
Wait, what do you say?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a question or just a
I
statement.
haven't had enough adult. I haven't had enough like porn stars on my show lately because it's award season and award season is you know always I difficult to book guests. The last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I got a few things lined up, just finalizing stuff at the moment. And it doesn't help that I was COVID positive for the last 2.5 weeks. On top of having a severe immune deficiency condition that my doctors didn't want me to leave the house for a while.
Yeah. Uh, Screen Rant put out an article that talks about something that's happening in DC Power 2024. It was a like kind of a like a Black History Month freaking published comic book. It came out like last week or a couple weeks ago. I think it was actually last week, where they kind of confirmed that the Signal, Duke Thomas, is going to be the Batman in the future, which kind of displaces, uh, Damian. But I think Damian is still going to be that eventually. But who knows? It's going to be
trying
weird.
to bring back Duke Thomas again.
Yeah, he's been there, man. He's been hanging out. He's been hanging around, man.
I know that. I guess it's a good time to pick up some Batman 21s from the new 52.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you get the 1/100 though. I think I saw some for cheap.
I saw that combo pack is just as tough.
Drunken Sharks, you guys got to the end of the show to go ahead and pick up that Duke Thomas if you want. What was that Batman number 21?
Batman 21
from the new 52. There is a 1/100.
Don't
get that.
Combo pack. One of those combo packs that I really like.
Yeah, don't get that mixed up with the director's cut or anything like that. Charter, the Comcast, it's not Comcast, it's cable company, is blaming Disney for a loss of 248,000 freaking subscribers. Okay, well, I mean, we're trying to sue Disney anyway for making dumbass freaking deals.
Oh boy, everyone wants a piece of my ass. Bring it. Oh boy.
The Amazon says video music spending rose 14% in 2023. U.S. economy added 353,000 jobs. Disney Descendants leads Tokyopop's April 2024 solicits. So there's some type of project out there that's called Disney Solicits.
Interesting.
Oh, excuse me, Disney Descendants. Oh, so it's like are these like Disney princesses? It looks like it. Oh no, wasn't there that show called The Descendant or something like that?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse took enough of my money with Laura Cannon last year, for crying out loud.
So this one is talking about the Ultimate X-Men trailer, which I have queued up for you guys later on.
I didn't see what y'all yet.
Yeah, Disney began cracking down on streaming password sharing. Now they fucked up on this one because I came home one day and I was getting ready. I was putting on Hulu and freaking Disney Plus, and then I was like, oh shit, my fucking password is out. So I was like, man, I gotta go downstairs.
So it wasn't just me because I freaked out and I just had it wound up resetting all my passwords.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna just leave it. And then in the meantime, it came up like, hey, freaking, you need to like reset your freaking credit card, but I was like, you know what? I don't really fucking need it right now because they don't have anything new for me right now. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait till they actually have something new, and then I'll maybe think about freaking getting it. But I'm like, I'm gonna see some money here. So I think they kind of fucked up with that one. They shouldn't have fucking kicked people out.
Like I said, it's been like that with streaming across the board because I have a shared account with one of the family member, and also they're like this device is recognized.
Yeah, but is that family member in the same house with you, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just that it doesn't recognizing my device.
Yeah, as long as that person, as long as y'all don't have different IPs,
no,
you guys will be straight.
They're just like, if this is a temporary device because you're on vacation or something, we'll give you a pass pin so you can use it temporarily.
Yeah.
Thank you, Netflix.
Disney activist investors showdown set for April 3rd, shareholder meeting. Super Bowl 2024, SpongeBob SquarePants recreates sweet victory performance during the Nickelodeon broadcast. So just like there was a Toy Story freaking broadcast for one of the games, they're going to do a Nickelodeon type broadcast where they they show the same thing, but it's kind of with a Nickelodeon type flavor. And then the SpongeBob looks like SpongeBob is going to be the theme for that one, and he's going to sing some sweet performance, sweet victory thing or whatever. So that should be interesting. Yeah. So this goes along with Paramount freaking trying to do more, freaking get more into the freaking game, and kind of get these feelers out of like how much of the NFL they should buy, because people are trying to buy like pieces of the NFL. So this is going to be interesting to see. So in the meantime, the fact that they're putting SpongeBob as an IP is still out there and freaking doing this freaking thing is amazing. So I'm kind of shocked that SpongeBob is so cheap right now.
SpongeBob is like over 20 years old at this point.
Yeah. I was checking out that the first appearance in a published work was probably, and I'm talking about from its own company. There was a Nickelodeon magazine from 2000, I believe. And that one's that one's like going for like $120. It's not too bad. So that's 20 years before its first comic book, which was in 2000. Oh, excuse me, 10 years before its first comic book, which was SpongeBob #1 in 2011. So,
which is a very tough book to find in the high grade.
Yeah. Tim Burton is going to direct Attack of the 50-Foot Woman remake from Gillian Flynn. We talked about this earlier. The comic book grading company was hit its ex-employees with a trademark suit. In Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate Universe. What is this? I think they were releasing panels from Ultimate Black Panther, and they found out that Okoye, one of the Raj Melange, whatever you want to call her, is she's Black Panther's wife. Huh?
Interesting.
Look, that is not interesting because all of the Dora Melange are his wives. That's kind of the deal. They are his wives.
So,
and they are sworn to protect
awesome.
That was they missed, they didn't put that in the MCU because they know a lot of people would get upset about that's his thing. But he's African.
You mean the security force that was after Bucky, the Falcon Winter Soldier?
They're all married to him. They're all married to him.
Interesting.
In the meantime, then I can kind of understand it, right? Because in the meantime, you got him trying to jump on a freaking plane, trying to stop this sex trafficking. But in the meantime, he's got a whole fucking bunk cake of fucking harem bitches back at the crib.
Excellent.
It's if you didn't buy Sir Christopher the Great says, if you didn't buy that Ultimate Black Panther #1, good luck. So I will be taking a look later on to see if it's sold out.
Do you think it's going to be as hot as the Ultimate Spider-Man 1, which is still going strong?
I had one individual buy like 100 copies from me. That's post FOC, no incentives. Nothing. Just give me that cover A and cover B. Or was the C? Yeah, right out the bat.
So
no discount.
I guess anyone at this point is going to be scrambling.
Yeah, not even a fucking pull box discount.
Holy shit!
Yeah, give me that. All right. Moon Man launch sells out, and has been rushed back to a second print. That's that Kid Cudi book.
All right.
And then, for those that aren't tracking, the whole big thing right now is for the Ultimate Black Panther, is that in Ultimate Black Panther #1, I suspect that on the cover. Well, I think it's probably on the second print cover, is his grandkids, right? So people have been buying shit out of the cover A and the cover B. That's the one with the girl with the freaking white hair. I believe I actually have a copy of that.
You're saying this is for the second print?
Right, people, yeah, because apparently people saw the second print and they're freaking out and they want to know. But the thing is, that's not their first appearance. Their first appearance was in a book that came out last week. It was called Marvel Voices Legends #1. And the last story, T'Challa is an old man, and he's taking care of his grandkids, Tafuma and Zulika, and they've already got powers, right? Zulika is a girl; she wants to be a Storm, and Tafuma, he doesn't know what he wants to do right yet, but he can at least fly for right now. And they look just like the people on the freaking cover, so that's gotta be them. Who are their mothers and fathers? We don't know that. But I guess maybe we'll find out in Ultimate Black Panther #1. Let's see. They're pretty much sold out everywhere online or done. Midtown was only allowing one per customer. Everyone on eBay have it no less than 20. Boss Logic 30. Wow. Okay. So let's take a look.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and take a look at this. Let's see where we're at. Ultimate. Because I know one thing that might have precipitated this whole big jump is that when people started telling me about it, I went to Diamond immediately and it was sold out. And I was like, oh shit. And I can see inside of PRH, Penguin Random House, it is not. So, to those that are listening, to the 15 that are listening, if you guys need some copies, cheap, hit me up, let me know, and I will send you an invoice and I will order some more for you. And I'm talking about cover A, the Boss Logic Ultimate Special, the Travel Foreman variant is still there, the Karen Darbo variant, and that's the one with a Black Panther without the mask on. That's still out there. Second print still available. So let me know.
Roger, we'll call.
Yep. What else? For my sneakerheads out there was a dude in California who was arrested with $5 million worth of Nike sneakers in his warehouse.
Damn.
$5 million worth of shit. $5 million. Yeah. These motherfuckers had to have been stolen. Cause there's no way. And why would you even hold on to that stuff? Because and in a warehouse, nonetheless, not like a freaking controlled. Because the thing about some of these sneakers are, if you don't keep them in a controlled environment, they just rot anyway. You gotta freaking get them out. You gotta get them and get them out in the street and sell them, bitches, man.
Why wouldn't he at least fence some of this stuff instead of just keeping it around like that? That's weird.
Yeah. Hasbro is going to celebrate a Transformers 40th anniversary with an Omega Prime HasLab crowdfunding campaign. Looks like there is going to be a 31 centimeter Optimus Prime, a 29 centimeter Ultra Magnus, and a 14.61 centimeter Autobot Blue Bolts. The Omega Prime is going for $250. And I don't see the prices for the other ones. So if you guys are interested, you guys can go to the Hasbro lab and freaking help them out with that. And hopefully, because some of those when they've been coming out, they've been at least doubling or sometimes tripling the price.
Oh, definitely.
Let's see.
I always miss out on those things. I always forget.
Dogman. And I think that's a classic book. Dogman is going to be a Dogman movie, an animated movie, is on its way in January of 2025. And for those that are like, okay, yeah, you don't want to have to hunt down the first book, whatever. There is a couple of comic books that are out there for Dogman. If you guys are interested in collecting those, or just having those on hand. So right now the numbers have been coming out for Madam Web, and they're looking like it's going to be worse than Morbius. It's supposed to be coming out in 11 days or so.
It is, if memory serves me correct, I believe its release date is the 14th.
Yeah. Let's see. Early predictions from the Box Office Pro project project an opening weekend for Madam Web between 25 mil and 35 mil, with a total domestic gross ranging from 56 million to 101 mil. That's a pretty wide range. To put this in perspective, Morbius started with 39 mil on its debut weekend, ending with 74.8 domestically and 162 million globally. So, yeah, spent a whole bunch of they spent a whole bunch of money on something that people didn't really ask for. So, I think what's really tearing it apart right now is, even though we kind of, if you're a comic book collector, you kind of know who the villains are, but we haven't really seen the villains in the trailers. They should have highlighted what the threat is, who the bad guys are, and then
I thought, excuse me, I thought Ezekiel was the head villain.
But is he? I'm trying to remember.
Maybe not, but he's the one threat.
He's the first one they meet. He's the first one that Peter Parker met, but he's not the head of the family.
That is true.
Right?
You think they would have the balls to introduce Marlon in a Madam Web movie, though? Because I was thinking about that.
They should have, right? You gotta tell me what the threat is, and then first of all, you don't show me their costumes in the fucking trailers. Don't show it to me anywhere. It's got to be. I feel like I've already watched the movie already because they've put so many fucking trailers out. I feel like I've already watched it, and like I don't feel
the
like
trailers and the featurettes.
Yeah.
I feel like all the good stuff from the movies already been watched.
Dre is asking, hey, what do we think about the 9.9 pre-screen?
9.9 pre-screening is
from CGC.
bullshit.
Yeah, from CGC. Really?
Yeah, you gotta trust CGC right now.
Yeah.
They need to get their house in order, man.
People just throw money. Throw money. If instead of throwing money at CGC, how about y'all throw me a couple dollars? Like, god damn, like, because I'm still buying shit. I'm still buying Raws. If the Raw is cheap enough and it's cheaper than the freaking.
In the words of ODB, raw dog all day, man.
Yeah.
If I need the great stuff, I'll use CBCS.
No.
They're not perfect, but I've never had a problem with them.
Joe 47 says more like smokescreen from CGC. Yep. And nobody asked for Madam Web.
I can make a porno version of Madam Web that would be more faithful to the comics than what we're going to get in mainstream.
Yep. Christopher Great says
just on the costumes alone.
Christopher the Great says, so far they've just shown Ezekiel, but we have heard rumors of an inheritor coming towards the end of the film, possibly post-credit scene. See, but then you fucked up.
Yeah.
Then you fucked up. The point of Ezekiel is that he's supposed to be, kind of helping out and navigating the whole thing. I don't give a fuck about this futuristic shit. I'm not a fucking holistic fucking hippie, right? I don't give a fuck about the fucking future and entanglements and all that other shit. Give me the fucking vampires. Let's fucking dodge the fucking vampires and let's fucking go from there. They fucked up Morbius. They can at least try and get this shit right.
Sony just needs to stop where it's ahead and just put out something good. I don't know what's going to suck worse, this or Craven.
Oh.
I mean, who wants a solo villain movie from Spider-Man villains? I want to see them going up against Spidey.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have, if they had used Craven with Spidey, they could have done Craven's last time beautifully.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to rush a live-action Spider-Verse, and they're fucking up very royally.
Yeah. Drea Barnhouse Comics says the vampire flicks are going to be on a roll coming soon. That was the plan. Like I've told people that Hollywood tends to do things in phases, right? Well, and they push out genre stuff in phases, right? Like you'll have your Robin Hood phase and your King Arthur phase. So you'll see all that. Then you'll see a bunch of like animal movies coming out all of a sudden. Whatever is the the topic of the fucking day, you'll see a whole bunch of that.
And you get your werewolves.
This year was supposed to be werewolves and vampires, right? Remember we were supposed to have the fucking Blade movie, and this movie was supposed to be Inheritors and all that other stuff. But guess what happened? Kaiju's, which was supposed to happen last year, but it didn't because of a whole bunch of weird stuff, and is kind of taking over 2024. And I know a lot of studios are looking at that Godzilla -1 and how much it took to make it, which was like really fucking cheap, and they made a whole bunch of freaking money, and people freaking loved it. So much money that they are going to re-release it in black and white.
They did that last week. I think that was 1 week only.
Mm-hmm. So that's crazy. That's crazy to me, right? So you're going to see a whole bunch of studios go, oh shit, and then I guarantee you, by the end of 2024, 2025, you're going to hear a bunch of kaiju movies done for cheap. Is what's going to freaking happen. In fact, I think Apple has a kaiju series out.
It's called Monarch. It was done by Matt Fraction.
Yeah. But I guarantee you, it didn't cost as cheap as this shit. Superhero sequel Aquaman and Lost Kingdom tops the weekly Voodoo chart, so somebody's watching it. Michael B. Jordan has been tipped to lead Disney's new Hercules film, and this is from GreekCityTimes.com. They are saying that because he, as a black man, is playing Hercules, that it's called blackwash. Here's the deal, though. Hercules, his mother's name was Electron. Electron's father, his name was Perseus. He was King Perseus, who was king of Ethiopia, which is an African country. So, in his bloodline, Hercules was African, as well as having a Greek citizenship. It just happens that way sometimes. So when people say, "Oh, Hercules was white," or don't say he was white. Say he was Greek. That's perfectly fine. He was a Greek citizen, but he did have some African in his lineage. Warner Brothers drops on downgrade. Yep, I remember that. They downgraded it because I forget why. It was because they were supposed to buy something. Warner Brothers was supposed to buy something, and it fell through. So as a result, everybody was saying, well, now Warner Brothers is not worth as much because of that deal. Also, there have been rumors about Disney. So I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago when I was reporting about Disney had bought a whole bunch of stuff out of India, right? Their whole Hotstar.
I remember that.
Yeah, because they bought Hotstar.
The time that Spider-Man India took off, right?
Yes, they bought that because that was happening, as well as they were trying to get the contract for the cricket, because cricket is huge over there. So they're like, oh, we're gonna give these guys enough money to buy the cricket license. Well, they lost. Disney and Hotstar lost license. So now,
oh boy, we fucked it up.
Yeah, so as a result, Hotstar has lost a bunch of subscribers, which means it's not worth as much. So when Disney first bought Hotstar, it was worth $7 billion.
Okay.
Now they're looking to offload it for half that, less than half that, at $3 billion right now. Let's see. Da, da, da. I'm looking to see what was it that Warner Brothers was trying to buy. It's not in here. Nope, they didn't put it in here. All right. Distillery and Kodansha, which is a manga anime type deal. They're figuring to announce a new partnership. So apparently, some of the writers from Kodansha are going to be writing or putting in projects for Distillery, which is crazy. Prime's Video. Have you watched Has Been Hotel yet?
No, I have not yet.
Has Been Hotel is about it's about demons, right? They're chilling down in hell, and every once in a while, heaven comes down and just slaughters like everybody they can find.
Okay. You piqued my interest.
Yeah, especially when hell becomes like overcrowded. Right? So they go in, slaughter if we can just right. But there is a way for people to get out of hell and go to heaven, but they gotta repent and do all this other stuff.
Okay.
So there's one hotel led by Satan's daughter that tries to get these characters, these other demons and people, to repent so they can go to heaven, so they don't die. But the people that are coming through this hotel for this recuperation are like the worst of the worst. They're like murderers and rapists and just all around perverts and everything. So, and this cartoon does not shy away from all this stuff. Like,
And it's called Has Been Hotel.
Has Been Hotel. Like,
where can I watch this?
Amazon, and I think the pilot is actually on YouTube as well.
I'll check my Prime later.
Yeah, there's orgies and all types of killing and all types of shit going on.
All right. If I don't get any work done Monday, it's all because of Lucas.
Let's see. Yep. And I think that's it for this week. And I guess let's see. Sir Christopher Great says, "Hey, remember the Inheritors supposed to be the villains for the Spider-Verse storyline? They talked about each Spider-Man will have their own yet connected stories, of course. I think that would be amazing. I would like to see, especially the Miles Morales type deal, that Edge of Spider-Verse. I would like to see the Inheritors over there and just cut a path through all those freaking Spider-Men that are just hanging out there. Just kill them all. And freaking let's do a reset, especially for some of these characters we got. Okay, so we are now at the 1 hour mark. Let's go ahead and play another trailer. No, not yet. Not yet. Let's do the Ultimate X-Men #1. But let me take this off first. Hold on, let me take this banner off first. There we go. All right, that was Ultimate X-Men #1. That's going to be out in March this year. I think it's going to be on FOC pretty soon. It's going to feature armor and a new character, Mae Storm. Her first appearance was in X-Men number
Her
7.
her first cover appearance on the Champions cover was X-Men 26.
Was it 26 or was it
Yeah.
27? One of those.
I believe it was 26. And if you want the first appearance of armor, it's Astonishing X-Men 4. July 2005.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some of the books that were trending on Terapeak. Once again, this is the data on Terapeak, which will differ from other hot whatever shows. I'm just going off of the quantity because sometimes there is a little bit of money to be made in the margins.
Money. Yeah. Pivot money. Yeah.
Batman number 142. So this is the pre-sale. I just typed in pre-sale. Batman number 142. The Giuseppe Camuncoli. It has on the cover the Joker holding the red hood helmet. Not sure what's up with that. It had 44, close to 50 in sales. Also, Fantastic Four number 17. That was up there. Venom 30. Captain America number 6, Ultimate Black Panther number 1, the Boss Logic one, that one's at 40. I'm kind of shocked that the cover A didn't kind of show up for this one. But then Ultimate X-Men number 1, Appreciable Moko, cover A, it's not coming out till 3/6. It's starting to make it made an appearance in here at 39, not quite 40 or 50, but at 39. But that's good enough, especially.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, it's good, especially since it's.
That's so not even out FOC yet, so that's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, second print, 34. Once again, that is going to be allocated. So please, if you haven't already, please kind of contact your local comic book shop and make sure you say, hey man, freaking, if you got any extra copies, set them aside and everything. Then there's Ultimate Spider-Man number 2. That one's it's got good numbers at 33. Not outstanding, but pretty good numbers, nice and steady numbers. Yeah, we don't do Drunken 10. We don't do Hot 10 here, any of that stuff. We just get the data. So there's the Batman number 142 with Joker holding the red hood helmet. Then there's the Ultimate Black Panther number 1 and the Fantastic Four number 17. And then for all comic book sales that are not necessary pre-sales, we got Moon Man number 1, the Marco Locati Goody comic book. There's Transformers books that are doing good. Ultimate Black Panther number 1. But then I saw on Brian McClay's and House of Stein's top 10 that they did have a female Force Taylor Swift type book. That was their number 1, I believe. But I'm not seeing that same data. What I am seeing is that
I fell asleep during the Hot 10 and I woke up to them talking about Taylor Swift, so I guess that's what I missed.
Yeah. The data that we're seeing at Terapeak is the female Force Taylor Swift comic book, the Swifties New Dazzler edition. This one is like an action figure joint. That's the one with.
Is that the one you showed last week?
Yeah, with Wolverine and Brian or Ryan, whatever. Yep, it's still got good numbers. It's not outstanding numbers. It's not in the 40s, but it's got pretty good numbers. I guess because people need to freaking wait and get their freaking copies before they put them online and everything. All right, here is some of the stuff that came out on January 31st that had pretty good numbers or just pretty good stuff. The Dark Ride, a Tony Fleek special. That one was good. It's kind of like I forget the name of that one cartoon with the giant freaking robot. It's like a homage to that one. Then the Amazing Spider-Man 252, the facsimile.
Yep.
The Psycho card variant. Sirens of the City number 6. Duke issue number 2. It had several covers. Then Adventures Inc. number 5, the Hildebrandt. book 2 for Avengers Twilight.
Watch, that's. I think that's gonna have legs for a while. It's probably was my read of the year and my book of the year so far.
Yeah, it's a good story, but people are particularly collecting this particular cover. Of it's got the Mark whatever, is it the Mark 4 or whatever freaking suit on there. Here's the deal: he has not actually put on the suit yet. His son has not put on the freaking suit yet, so we don't know who's in the freaking suit yet. There's book 2, Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, number 2. And then there's Voices Legend number 1. It does not have any numbers yet. It is not selling out yet. But I'm telling you, I'm just bringing this once again. I just wanted to bring this up, make sure people understand that the kids that are on the Ultimate Black Panther number 1, they are in this freaking book right here. And this guy right here, that is not T'Challa, because that is not his shield, and that is not his spear. It is somebody else.
Interesting.
Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer number 5. This is another overlooked book. People forget that there is going to be a Disney Plus series on Harriet Tubman. Jill and the Killers, number 1. Then I forget the name of this freaking cartoon, Jeff and Stilo or something like that.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Which has been from my other retailer buddies. Shout out to Calamity Collectibles. It's doing well.
Yeah. And just like we told you guys last week, that this Art Adams for Wolverine 42 is going to do well. It started out at 150 last week. It's now down to 75. But look, $75 for a $25 book. It's not bad. Not bad enough. Bad at all.
$75 buys 3 lap dances and a drink, man.
Then there's the Dr. Aphra. There's your Somnia issue number 2, I believe. This one is the 125. And I think that's all that we really need to cover. Yeah, that's all we really need to cover. So now let's start to switch over for your FOC. Once again, if you guys have any qualms of what's going on, these are the books that should be out in about 3 weeks to a month. Please contact your LCS to see if there's any way they can help you out in getting this book if you are interested in any of these. If they cannot help you out, please feel free to contact me or order through the pull box, and we'll see what we can do. Some of these are just, once again, these are not necessarily sold out or anything. These are just stuff that I like. This one, Club Micro, but I'm a science geek, so I'm definitely going to have to pull up on this one. The Adversary, Green Lantern. There looks like there's a new lantern in this one.
What issue is that?
Issue number 5. So this is Alan Scott's Green Lantern.
Oh, it's
issue
the
number
Alan Scott.
5. So, but he's probably showed up at number 4. But no, it's a green. It's a red. Maybe no, it's a red lantern. That's what it is. That's why I haven't seen him before. It's a red lantern. But I have a feeling like people kind of ran over this because the writer marketed it as a gay book. Ivan showed his little freaking rant here because they're trying to shut us down and everything. Like, look, we don't even know you, and nobody reads DC books anyways. So what the fuck? And then I read it, and I was like, okay, the stuff where they're trying to set up the story, it was good. It was good, but then they slowed it down just so Alan Scott could get a little action. So I was like, I'll see what's going on with number 2, and I haven't picked it up back since. There's your Amazon's Attacks.
Yeah.
And this one is a absolutely freaking gorgeous Amazon Attacks issue for cover for issue number 5. This is by Irvin Rodriguez.
Yuck.
No, she's got that what do you call it, S&M mistress type freaking thing going on,
Yeah.
where she's kind of letting the outfit wear her, but she's still trying to exert dominance. You know,
Shazam. Mama.
Arkham Asylum. Oh, excuse me, not Arkham Asylum. Barkham Asylum.
Barkham Asylum?
Yeah, so it's like an Arkham, but for pets.
Okay. And what pets are going to be in Barkham Asylum?
Joker's dog,
Okay.
and I don't know whose cat this is.
Could that be the Red Lantern cat, maybe?
I don't know.
I have to check this out. I'm curious now.
Beyond Real #2 by Vault. And once again, you guys can pause later to see, slow it down. Choco and leche. Choco leche. So I don't know. All I know is choco leche in Spanish means chocolate milk. However, on the cover you got two fat guys or two big guys and they're covered in blood. So I don't know what's going on here.
I'm going to stay quiet on this. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. I don't know why they're pouring chocolate milk on their bungholes, and it's scaring me, man.
Yeah, they do have some.
I heard that milk does the body good, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't be wasting food like that, sons.
So this one is Detective Comics 1082. It's Batman riding on a dead horse. This one is by Riccardo Federici. I have read this one, and the villain in this one is Dr. Hurt, which is
nice.
Yeah, it's like a version of Thomas Wayne or something like that. And the parts with Batman are like bewildering, right? You're like, it's kind of hard to read. In fact, excuse me, I didn't read this one. I read 1081. I don't know if I have a PDF for you, but the parts with Batman and Dr. Hurt, it's like, okay, it's kind of hard to read and everything because the art was weird. But then they go out of this sandstorm and they go over to Gotham, and then they go and they talk to the people that Dr. Hurt has touched, and you realize that he is a sadistic. He will have you do all types of shit and mess your life up, thinking that you're actually doing something good, just to have your life all fucked up. This is a good read. This is definitely a freaking good. At least 1081. 1081's a good read. So definitely go ahead.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I loved Dr. Hurt back in the R.I.P. story from Grant Morrison.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
This one is your Sebastian Famora. I think the point they were trying to make is that Dr. Hurt's got him out there trying to break him. The Devil That Wears My Face.
Okay.
Here's the Flash #5. This one is a Trish Mulville cover. And then the variant cover by James Stucco for the Flash #6. Issue #5 was actually pretty interesting because it's got his son, Jai West. And Jai West is having one of those conflicts of identity right now because he's the only Flash that cannot run fast. That's not his power. His power is like super strength. So he straight up told his dad, like, I don't want to be a superhero. I just want to chill. I just want to be a normal person. So.
Okay. I have to catch up on I've heard good things about this last year. I have to catch up.
It's really well written, man. It's like there is a normal. So the thing that I think keeps people from reading a lot of DC stuff is that it's very obvious that some of the stuff that they're trying to write about that they have absolutely no fucking clue about, nor do they even know how their subject matter talks. And this one, I forget how old the kid is. He must be like 8 or 9. And the way they took Giles West's freaking thinking in such a negative way is exactly the way an 8 or 9 year old who doesn't know what the fuck is going on would think. He thinks that just because his dad is spending some time with this other stuff, that he hates him. Oh, you didn't want to spend time with me to talk? You must hate me. Oh, you had to do that? Well, I'm just not that important. I'm not your number one priority. It's perfect the way they freaking laid this out. I don't know, just good stuff. Green Arrow number 9. They try to do the same thing with him and his son, but
The Green Arrow has been amazing. I love this. Diamond Green Arrow is my favorite book of last year and this year. They really put Green Arrow back in the spotlight and such. And I'm loving it.
So I think the cover to get would probably be this one. It's the Dustin Gwyn, which is it's not necessarily actually it is a negative space type variant, but it's done really well. It's not just like them standing around. It's a bunch of arrows, kind of blending into the freaking colors, going in and out and around. It's done really well.
Interesting.
And there's a cover with the sun. There's Black Canary, Gridlock, Harley Quinn, number 37. I kind of like this one, this Sebastian Famora.
Okay. Excuse me.
More Flash stuff, Joe Killers. Let's see if I can flash forward to anything. Kiva, Scout Comics number 1. There is. I'm going to have to look at the the solicit for this one at some point. But right now, what I'm looking at is there's a dog,
Okay.
and it is staring out of its doghouse. Right?
Okay.
And but the doghouse is covered by another box, like this clear box.
Okay.
And then everything outside the box is apocalyptic. It's freaking the end of the fucking world. So I got to figure out what the fuck is going on with Scout Comics. In the meantime, yeah. In the meantime, freaking please do not discount Scout Comics because they have at least one movie in the last 2 years that they've actually put out. That was The Black Demon. And then they plan on doing several other ones based on the Black Demon series.
Scout gets something out like every other week, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one is a shout out to Brian McClay, Legalization Nation.
Yep, I think this is going to do well.
It is,
and they're releasing it on the perfect week. This releases on 4/17, so you'll have it in time for 4/20.
Good shout out. So this is a visual insight, speaks simple truth to power, and acts as a conscience of the true cannabis culture. Let's see. Let's go to 199. Penguin number 7. This one is the I can't say that name, but I can say Francesco Mattina. This one, it's really good. So I actually read this story last, not this particular issue, but issue number 6. It's really good. It's really fucking good. It's about how he came up. It's sort of like a year 1 before he turned really bad. It was him just working as a bartender. for Falcone, and how he was feeding info to Batman so that he would eventually, so that Batman would take out Falcone's guys, and eventually Falcone, so that the Penguin could take over.
Nice.
Good stuff.
It's another one of those books that I'm just gonna at this point read and trade because not enough time in the day sometimes.
Power Girl number 6. This one is the Laura Riga kind of ski chalet or winter sweater weather.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Another great cover. And then this one is your Panosian. Red light. Red light. This is your book homage cover.
Yep.
Ribbon Queen number 8 looks like a really great cover. I think that'll probably sell out. Either that one or this one. This one is a movie homage cover.
Interesting.
Spot Pilgrim has this weird 20th anniversary edition box put out by Oni. Then it's actually got 2. Then Sydney Hammer number 1. I don't feel like reading the solicit, but I can tell you I'm going to get me a copy of this. This girl is in a jailhouse outfit, but booty shorts. She has a hammer.
Yeah, specking up, fucking.
No,
yeah.
there's no.
We don't know that. We don't know that,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. We do know, sir, because in the back of her, the only thing that's there is a 200 to 300 pound gorilla,
Right,
and and a zombie Nazi. That's
interesting.
So yeah, I don't believe there will be any.
Hot chick, a gorilla, and a Nazi. Holy
I don't believe there will be any coitus in this.
Yeah, probably not.
Joe 4771 says, "Have a time."
Nice.
Matt Patrick Mel says that he's done buying Scout books for spec. That's for sure. I think that's fair because they've had some projects that they've put out, and it doesn't matter whether they've actually produced the movies. People still don't care. So I think that's fair.
I think the last Scout book I thought that had mad potential was Mitch. And that's all sitting in a buried box somewhere for me now. The one with the rabbit.
Oh yeah.
The only Scout book I still do really super well with is the Ric Flair book. But I'm not selling that to comic book fans.
Suicide Squad. There's a Ariel Olivetti. It's a great freaking King Shark freaking cover.
I think I'm gonna need that in my life. Is that an open order?
Yes, I believe so. Tender. Let's see what else we got here. Because I don't want to go through every single one of these. Let's go to 13th Origins, Scout Comics, Dragon Thrall.
Okay.
And let's go to number 2. Duke, issue number 3. It's supposed to be telling the origin of what's the lady's name? The villainess?
Baroness.
Yes. It's supposed to tell her origin.
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to have a couple of first appearances in this too. That I was reading what Big Clutch was talking about on social media. I think it was like specifically Rock and Roll, Clutch, and I forget the other guy.
World Tree number 33, issue number 8. Now you can say specking on fucking because I think she, she's naked obviously, and I think she obviously probably had sex with the guy, but then the guy is also dead, so
she killed him by fucking.
Yeah, she did the what was the name of that movie? Basic Instinct, where she was taking dude to Pound Town, but then pulls out the ice pick
Yep.
You know. Thrawn Alliances #1, second print.
Nice. Please tell me that, and this is Marvel, so most likely, is there a snippet 1 in 25?
No. Nope.
Ah, interesting.
Aliens. Nice. I believe this is Delato.
All right.
And then here's your piece from Moko. This is your Perillo. Oh man, that's a good one too.
Perillo's on fire this year. So
yeah, it's got the dude. He's in one of those little sleep chambers, and he's awake, but he can see an alien that's outside. You can see him in the reflection. Pretty cool. Then there's a Scotty Young for Aliens.
Okay.
Here's your Avengers. Issue number, what is this? Number 11. With a Black Knight Whitman cover.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl Stormbreakers cover. I don't know what's going on here.
What is that for?
It just says the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, but she... I've never seen her with her... she's got her foot beat out. So, I think this will do well.
Isn't she supposed to be like 14 and shit?
Yeah.
Or 16 or whatever?
Maybe they aged
her up like that? Which,
yeah.
If you look at high school girls, that's every high school girl I walk past begging me to buy them alcohol at the liquor store.
Jeez.
Which I don't do.
Sensational She-Hulk. It's got some pretty good covers, but nobody's reading. There's a black and white face shot.
All right.
Here's a shot of her getting off the subway.
Nice.
Giant size Spider-Gwen. I don't know. Some of these covers are actually pretty nice. Woman of Marvel variants. Yeah. Here's your Deadly Foes variant. I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like she has a sword, or like she's calling for the power of Grayskull. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Interesting.
Miss Marvel Mutant Menace.
Okey doke.
Your Villa Lobos cover.
Okay.
And let's see. Here's a piece from Loco.
Nice.
All right. Now let's go ahead. Let's take a break before we go into the new releases.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Yes, you've been asking for it.
Thank you.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, we're back. Here are the ones that are coming out this week for February 7th. And some of them are either sold out, or the stock is low, or we've gotten warnings to watch out for these. Guma, the beginning of her issue number 3, written and created by Ji-Hung Lee. This one is just freaking gorgeous. it's just a young girl going through it, crying, everything. I don't care whether this is even attached to a comic. It's just a beautiful piece of freaking art, man. Beneath the Tree Where Nobody Sees, issue number 3.
Nice. I may have to wait and trade because I can not get an affordable copy of number 1 to start reading it.
Daredevil Gang War. There is on the cover is this you know is this villain. She's been around for a while, and I think she's supposed to take her mask off now so we can confirm whether it's the same girl from before. I think that's what's going on with this one.
All right.
Fantastic Four number 17. This one has got on the cover, this one, and this is an Alex Ross cover. It's got somebody wearing a Fantastic Four costume or uniform, but they're dead, and we don't know who it is.
Interesting.
Then there's your Ultimate Black Panther number 1. It's supposed to be coming out this week. You got the cover A. That one was the hottest one for a while, but then it was overtaken by the Boss Logic one. But then I think that once people realized that there's the Darbo or the Foreman, well, actually the Darbo, that's the one with his mask off. Well, and we got to read what the fuck is going on. So we'll see.
Good.
Yes. Yes. Taking orders on all of this. Manhouse Dark Souls, The Willow King. This one that I got up here is, I don't know what this book is about, but I do know that this one is drawn by one of my favorite artists out there. I actually had a couple of Zoom joints with her. Stephanie Hans, man, she's just amazing because she can freaking have a full-on laughed-out conversation with you and just still be fucking drawing her ass off, man. Just good peeps.
Sweetheart, I reached out to her a few times. I've been trying to get her an awesome sauce radio for about a year, but deadlines and everything. So, but she's always taking the time out to respond back to me. So, one day.
So there is a black and white of the Willow King. And then there's a red of that same Stephanie Hans with the Witch. There's Star Wars Mace Windu by Torrin Clark.
Right.
A first, I forget which publisher did this one, but there's a book that's going to be called Space Negro.
What?
The Last Negro. Space Negro.
In 2024?
Space Negro, The Last Negro. And on the cover it says, "And a N-word still can't catch a break." So yeah.
What the fuck? And no one pitched a hissy fit or nothing.
We'll see.
In today's PC age, that they let, I'm not allowed to say it. Negro, the space, whatever, the last. In politically correct America, this comic is coming out. I actually feel there's some hope.
Yeah. Bloodrick issue number 3 by Image. It's not Maria Wolf, but it's pretty damn detailed. Yeah, I forget which one this one is. Let's see. I have no idea what this is, but it's out there. It's on FOC.
Right.
It's if it feels the tentacle quota. Yeah. Girls tied up by tentacles quota.
Which is awesome.
This cover is Beneath the Trees, issue number 2. It's probably like a second, third, or whatever print. But it looks like it's got Miss Piggy. Duke, issue number 1, some second print. Then there's a second print with Destro. There's the Ultimate Black Panther with Boss Logic, or by Boss Logic with Rika on the cover.
Nice.
Then there is it could be Black Panther or could be Tacoma. Not sure who's Black Panther. Then there's the 1 in 10 design variant, and then there's your 1/100. Then don't forget Thundercats issue number 1 is supposed to be coming out this week. There's a foil variant that I'm keeping my eye out on. It sold quick. It sold motherfucking quick. So I'm hoping that I can get a copy for myself. Patrick Mills saying that the Ultimate Black Panther cover A is already going for 50.
It's already going for 15.
50. 5.
Wow. Holy shit, man.
So what you're saying is I should order another 100 and fucking buy 50. And put it up for 50 on eBay. Then there's your Thundercats towel.
All right.
There's your logo variant.
So I think that's going to do really well.
And that is all for FOC. Let's see. Joe 4771 says, let's see where Beneath the Tree is 6 months from now. And Patrick Mello says, spoiler, Miss Piggy won't be in issue number 3. Well, I am going to, let's see. So let's see. I'm thinking nominations for cover of the week is just Ultimate Black Panther stuff. That's it. That's all you need, man. That's all you fucking need.
Everything else
Go
just
out,
fucking weak.
Yeah, go out to your LCS and fucking clear them out. That's what I'm gonna do because I guarantee mine aren't even paying attention. All right, man. Freaking, you said when's your next show, man?
Our next show is Tuesday at 8. And then I may do something Wednesday-ish. I'm taking next Friday off completely because it's my dad's birthday. So I think we're doing dinner for him, and my kid brother turns 40 as well. So
Nice.
I think we're gonna combine the birthdays and do some type of big dinner on Friday night. So I'm just gonna really enjoy the family.
Yeah. I think we're gonna try and do a show before next week. See how that goes. Maybe midweek or something like that. People are going to quit because they can't obtain the Ultimate Black Panther. Better hook up Faiz Shaker. That Invisible Woman on 150. Dude may have 4, not 4 to 7 of each though.
Interesting.
Not sure what to talk about. But that's all I got. I probably missed something because we just didn't have the art. If I did, I will definitely figure it out and try to put it on my Instagram to include some of the stuff that's coming out in the next 3 months because we just received the previews that's going to lay out the next stuff, the stuff for the next 2 to 3 months. So I'll be trying to look through that and see what everybody needs to pay attention to. Let's get. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. Just hoping that you guys are having a blessed year and a freaking blessed time. And if there's any type of content that you want us to freaking cover, absolutely freaking hit me on my Instagram and we'll do. If you need anything that was on any of the FLC this week, or if there's anything that you missed from last week's release, let me know and I'll see if I can get it for you. Everything except for incentives, of course. And we'll go from there, man. So once again, thank you guys. Stay blessed and let's keep the party freaking going, man.
Yeah,
Till the wheels fall off.
be safe. Take care of yourself and your health. And to everyone that's going to keep me sane these last 2 weeks when I'm getting healthy and healing, and I guess I go back to the doctors on Monday. I just want to say thank you for putting smiles on my face and making me laugh, and like I said, keeping me sane during some of this, because I may have to get some more testing, which I'll explain on Tuesday. That's the route I'm going to have to wind up going.
Yeah. Amen, brother. Amen. All right,
I love you
guys. Peace out.
For each man in his time to take, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along the pond within his reach.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is